Southwest Florida is home to 7,800 square miles of subtropical wilderness called the Everglades. Just outside of Naples, in Everglade City, there are two unique ways to learn more about this diverse ecosystem.
The best way to tour the mangroves is obviously on an airboat. The airboat, as far as motorized vessels go, are as eco-friendly as it can get because there is no steering or propulsion under the waterline. The mangrove trees are an integral part of the Everglades. They serve as not only a nursery for the fish species that inhabit this area, but also the mangrove swamps have been protecting the coastline from storms and hurricanes for years and years. On a typical tour, it's very common to spot wading birds, shorebirds. We get hundreds of species of fish here in the area, freshwater species right alongside saltwater species, land animals like the American alligator. I've even spotted an American crocodile. We work our way down the Barren River into one of the first creeks which penetrates the mangrove swamp. We stay within the narrow creeks in the mangrove swamp until we make our way back out into the river. This is the second largest mangrove forest on the planet. If you want to go anywhere to find a larger one, you have to go all the way to India. To experience all that from a seat on an airboat is obviously the experience of a lifetime.
For a slower-paced tour of the Everglades, there's Wooten's and their Swamp Buggy Eco Tours. With an elevated deck, you'll have the perfect vantage point to see the unique Everglades grassland wildlife.
We're in Okeechobee, Florida, surrounded by a big cypress national park. We've been working real hard to keep in all the Everglades we can. We do have close to 5 million acres of land. The grasslands of the Everglades is a very important part of the ecosystem. This ecosystem is fed by rainwater, and it's feeding the Gulf of Mexico. And all that nutrients that's flowing through these grasses, all that's getting pushed out to the Gulf. And then it runs through the mangrove trees, and that's feeding all the ecosystem of the estuaries of all the fish.
A typical Swamp Buggy tour lasts about an hour and takes you places only accessible by this unique form of transportation.
The benefits of a swamp buggy would be the slower moving. It's a lot quieter, so the animal life isn't distracted by us that much, so we can actually get real close to different animals. We see all kinds of birds, wildlife, fish, alligators, and none of them seem to be bothered by the buggy. This is the black bear scratching on the trees out here, so you can see how high they go up. You're going to get the history of the Everglades. You're going to get a ride through the ecosystem that you could not walk through normally. So you're going to get to see parts of the Everglades that the normal people don't get to see. I love it because I get to give back. I've been here all my life. I've camped, fished, done everything in the Everglades. So now I do get to give back.